May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another episode of Life in Bali, a presentation of Cuke Audio, a division of Cuke Archives. I'm DC Booba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Dogette Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable and free from economic distress and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. Today's guest is Gede Miga Gede Putra. When I write the metadata and stuff you read, I'm just going to say Gede Miga, because I'm not sure how to spell Jelana. They're Jelana. I'm not sure how I said it. Maybe Jelana, but it doesn't matter. That's his full name, with an E in front. E. Gede Miga Jelana Putra, but Miga. We call him Miga. And Miga was on staff at Floating Leaf, where we were a couple of weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago. I had a podcast with Gusawan from there. And now there's one with Miga, and like the one with Gusawan, this was made with my iPhone rather than here in my little studio at home. Wow. I went down to the beach today. I'd been working, and, I had to have a break. I have to get up. I have to get moving, have some exercise. And I walk around on the Bali like a little stage out front, traditional area. I'll walk 2,500 steps, just going in like a figure 8 on it, like an animal in a zoo. I love doing it because it's smooth and I can just forget. I do walking meditation there, and that's the type of walking meditation. And I do a little yoga and this and that, but it's really good to walk to the beach and then go in the water and swim out. And it's best to go with Katrinka, because then Bondi stays with her and she goes walking way down. But she was at a book club meeting, which took place outdoors, of course. A lot of places here are outdoors. And down the beach. She walked to it. It's about a 30-minute walk. And, they met outside in sort of a high tide. They have a wall there coming up. But I got down a little later and went swimming. There wasn't another person in the water. There was a woman who I saw walking. There was a guy collecting crabs in the sand, little crabs. And when I walked out, there was a nice old Balinese guy sitting on a little stand. Another sort of ballet, a smaller one, maybe 6 feet square, sitting there with a dog at his feet, probably a stray dog that was just hanging out with him. And there was a restaurant there open. It didn't have any customers. I like it. They always play very nice music, very restful music. My favorite place, which is very near there, doesn't play. It plays more like MTV type music, which irritates me. But I'm used to it. But this place always plays nice music. And they'll put on like Indonesian music if I ask them. And, it's nice to sit there and have some coconut water or some spring rolls or something. But anyway, I'm thinking, good Lord, man, it's been going on 9 months. I mean, some days there's a lot more people on the beach, but never crowded. But think of that. I mean, really nice beach down there. There's nobody there. And I swam. I did backstroke, and then just swimming, till I got a little tired. Then Bondi was out of sight, and I called her, and she came back down. She was just playing with some dog. She usually stays sort of near the water. She likes to go into the water, but then she'll stay sort of near the water looking for crabs to chase. And they'll dart down into their little holes, and she'll be darting around after them. And then if it's a low enough tide and it's calm where she can just stand in the water, and she will look down and see the life in the water. And there's not a great deal to see there, but she sees it. And you'll see crabs in there. And that's the first time, she's just picked up on that recently, first time I've seen her at the beach really for a long period. I mean, really long. Like, I came up and went to our place, Genius, and she stayed there in the water looking. And that's, like 50, 60 yards away, sitting there just looking the longest time, walking around in the water and looking down. Usually she's like more focused on me or Katrinka. I mean, we're her anchors, right? And we don't have to have a leash on her or anything if we're down there. We won't do it on the street because she's not real smart. And if she sees a cat and she'll run right in front of a car, she's pretty much under voice control unless she sees a cat or a duck or a chicken walking down the street or something. Anyway, that was nice. I was thinking, wow, it's just incredible. It's just how long, 9 months. It's just hardly any tourists or anything. It's been a very quiet world. It's a pretty quiet area we live in anyway, but, the traffic's less, the motor scooters are less. So I walked back and hosed Bonnie. I have to hose her. I hose off the bottom part of her to get the sand off it, and then I dry her. She sort of likes that. Took a shower, went back to work. So that's the sort of thing I do. Pretty simple life, really. So anyway, it's time now to turn to Miga Gede, and we'll see what he has to say about life in Bali. Oh, I should warn you, there's a good deal of background noise, but it's mainly the waterfall we're sitting near. Not really. It is water falling, but it's over at the pool, which we're pretty near. But see it as a lovely remote waterfall scene. Actually, I used some noise reduction and reduced the amount of it, but it's sort of nice. All right. So,
Again?
yeah, we are live. So, Miga,
Yeah.
would you please pronounce your name correctly?
Okay. So, thank you for the chances, David. Thank you for inviting me. So, I am Miga.
Yeah.
So, it's spelled like Miga. My full name actually is Gede Miga Juliana Putra. As you know, Balinese people have their own front name. Like Gede means your first son or first daughter, and then the Kade will be second, Nyoman, and then will be Ketut. It's
Yeah.
a Balinese things when you have
Yeah.
a front name like so.
Yeah.
My complete name is actually Gede Miga Juliana Putra.
Yeah, E just means Mister. Like a male. It means male.
Yeah, male.
Yeah.
Means male. Like
Yeah.
because if you are a female, you will have a ni.
Yeah.
Ni putu or ni lu or ni anything else.
Miga Gede.
E. For male, it's E.
Oh,
E
you mean
gede.
Gede is only male?
No, the I. E gede. Because there's a
Yeah,
I.
Ni Gede.
If you use a ni, it will be female. It's for female.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, if a woman is named Gede, it's Ni Gede.
Yep. But if you have a daughter, you will not give your daughter name Gede.
Oh.
Usually we'll give Putu, like a Putu Mariam.
Oh, yeah.
Or will be Lu. It's more, feminine names.
Oh,
Because
okay. I
Gede
didn't
actually
know.
sounds like
Yeah.
man. Gede means big in English. Gede at the first,
Uh-huh.
or Putu or Lu. The second will be Kade
Yeah.
or Made.
Yeah,
Third will be Komang.
yeah,
Fourth will be Ketut.
yeah. And
It means like a buntut. It's in the
Yeah.
end. The
Yeah.
end. And then after fourth, and then you have a fifth kid, you will be start at Swayan.
Wayan. Our Pambantu, our house cleaner, our house helper, the woman in charge of our house, our Pambantu, she's Kadek. But the gardener calls her Made. And I said, Kadek, can you be called Made?
So
And
it
she said yes.
it usually happen in Bali because when you are first born, and then people just call you because people know you as a first kid, and then they just call you like Putu or Gede or whatever they want.
Really?
Yeah.
That is
And then-
so interesting. I see. That's hard for any foreigner
Yeah.
to comprehend that you have a first name. But think there's Robert and Bob. That's the same name.
How can it be Robert and Bob can be same name?
Bob is short for Robert. See, Rob, Bob.
It's quite different if you use our languages because Rob and Bob we can be spelled really, really different.
Yeah. Well, heck, you've got say Tonton, right?
Tonton.
Tonton to look at.
Oh, Tonton. Watch.
Yeah, Tonton to look at, right? But then more politely, larger is Manonton, right? Manonton to look. But then they shorten it to Nonton,
Okay.
right?
Let me
so
explain.
Tonton,
Let me explain about that.
Nonton means the same thing.
So it is a different languages, different adjective. When if you say Tonton, it will be watch.
Yeah.
Menonton will be watching, and then if you go nonton, it's like a slang.
Yeah.
Slang word.
Yeah.
It's a shortened version from menonton.
But yeah.
Because Indonesian people just shorten everything like
Yeah.
menonton, like nonton.
Sometimes
So that
I
is
see a
different.
word, like I've seen Nonton on signs because it's used a lot in advertising.
Yeah.
Mononton, look at TV, look
More
at your
more catchy using nonton.
Yeah, Nonton. And I've seen other words I look at and I go, what's that? I've never seen that. And then I realize it's one of these abbreviations
Yeah.
of the longer word.
What do you call it? The abbreviation? Oh, that's a new word for me. Abbreviation.
Oh, you don't know abbreviation?
In the Indonesian, we call it
Singkatan.
singkatan.
Yeah.
Abbreviation.
Yeah, brief. Abbreviation.
Abbreviation.
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's to me, a conversation like that's very interesting. Well, tell us where we are. I'm going to move it a little closer to you. Tell us where are we now?
Oh, we are in the Floating Leaf Eco Luxury Retreat. So
The floating leaf.
Floating Leaf Eco Luxury Retreat.
All right. Floating leaf,
Eco Luxury
Luxury
Retreat Center.
All right.
So I'm part of the big family of Floating Leaf,
Yeah.
which is one of the biggest and most popular retreat center in Southeast Asia. And then
You mean there's other floating leaves?
no, I mean there's a lot of retreat facilities in the Southeast Asia, but
Yeah.
but we are one of the most best retreat center because you can see all the Hall of Fame in the TripAdvisor we have here. As we have continuously earned the award from the
Oh, what did you call them?
that's the TripAdvisor for the certificate of excellence.
Oh, TripAdvisor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
certificates of excellence.
We
Well,
continuously had it since the 2015
yeah.
until now.
Yeah.
So the latest one is TripAdvisor Traveler Choice 2020 Floating Leaf Eco Luxury Retreat.
Yeah.
So we can.
Speak a little slower.
Okay.
You'll be much easier to understand.
Okay.
I understand you when you speak fast, but that's because I'm used to speaking English with Indonesians who speak good English. But if someone isn't used to hearing it, it's a different accent.
Okay, I will try to speak more slowly.
Yeah, like that.
I actually was born like this. Even if I speak with Indonesian language, bahasa,
Yeah.
I also did it like I did it in English. I talk fast because
I know. I heard
know,
you. I heard you.
some things happen in my head, and then
Yeah.
I just
I have a
to-
son that talked very fast as a young boy. I couldn't understand him. Kelly, my son Kelly. All right, so you were telling us about that floating leaf eco
luxury
retreat,
retreat
not resort, but retreat. Is a well, what would we call it? Award-winning. A lot of prestigious certificates from Travelocity, from
Yeah, it's a,
from
we I thought if I look, so it's affect the sounds. Okay.
well, I don't know. I'm not. This is a test. I have never recorded anyone with my iPhone before.
Because I need to see the award. If you ask the word award, because we have a lot, I have to see one of, because it's a different kind of awards. Actually, we do have a lot of awards from the TripAdvisor itself. TripAdvisor since 2015, like I said before.
Yeah.
We continuously earn the awards, like award winning, like a traveler's choice, and then the best, like certificate of excellence. We continuously earning that from the TripAdvisor.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you my certificate. Katrinka and I have both. Katrinka's lifelong hospitality worker, right? She's been manager of very, very nice places. And we look, and I ran a Buddhist resort. It was a Buddhist monastery. But, like Brahma Vihara Arama, where you come from, the Buddhist temple up north in Singaraja. Brahma Vihara Arama, it's in Banjar.
In Banjar, yeah.
Yeah, it's near the hot spring.
Yeah, that's from, it's near my hometown.
Oh, yeah. All right. So it's not a monastery. It's a temple that has many meditation retreats, but many guests come there to see it. Many tourists and local people. Local people come for ceremonies or to meditate or pray or something, and it's very large. So our monastery also had many guests, but just in the warm months, May through September. And, I took care of guests, and it was way in the mountains, so it wasn't like this. We didn't even have electricity much back then. Now we have solar power. But so Katrinka and I look at details, and your details here are excellent. And that's usually not true in Bali. That people will spend in Bali, they'll spend a lot of money building a villa, and then you can't get hot water, or the light switch doesn't work, or stuff like that. This place has really great attention to detail. It's very beautiful. It has a great pool. It's nice and long for swimming laps. You play really good music. Some people play bad music. So I like it a lot. But, how long have you worked here?
So I've been here for 2 years. It's running to 3, but I've been here 2 years, and then but this floating lift itself is already been the industry for 5 years, running to 6, and then for all the details that you amaze about, I can dedicate that for my bosses, our owner. That's a Mikaku and Buputu.
Because, all right. Because now, give me their names again. I know Putu. And what's his name?
The husband of Buputu is Pak Mikaku. The true name, Mikaku.
Mikaku?
Mikaku.
Isn't he American?
American.
Yeah.
And then Mikaku.
He's an American bule, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He's in America now. And then...
Yeah. He's in Florida with their son.
Yeah. As long as...
What's his birth name?
Michael Dolifek. I'm not sure because I can tell you this, but the sure name is Michael Dolifek. Dolifek. Michael Dolifek.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I've never met him. I've met Putu. But but I understand that Putu, his wife, who I have met, that she was involved with the design.
Yeah. So he is the one who designed all of this floating lift.
Oh.
So every details that you see, the color of the pool, the statue, everything here, the playlist, even the playlist, the music, he chose all of it.
Oh, good taste. Okay, so you've been here going on 3 years.
3 years.
How old are you?
I'm now, this year, I'm 25 years old now.
25. So what did you do before you came here?
There's a lot of things that I did before I came here. Actually, I just graduated from the Tourism Institute in 2013.
Yeah, Tourism Institute.
Tourism Institute in Nusa Dua.
Nusa Dua. Yeah, that's
a
pricey place.
You know it because so that's why I feel guilty because after I graduated I just not directly get a job. I have a 1 year because I graduated in not 2013. I graduated in 2018. 18, and then after I graduated I have to finding myself a job, struggling from the zero. I've been in Traveloka. If you ever heard Traveloka before. Traveloka. It's like Expedia, but Indonesians.
Yeah.
So
Katrinka does all that. I don't look at anything. She decides all that. She looks at all that.
So the Traveloka is OTA, like online travel agent.
Yeah.
That is a lot of like Expedia or Booking.com, ticket, everything like that.
So you worked for them?
So I worked for them as outsourcing at first.
Outsourcing.
So they hired the outsourcing company, and then I worked for the outsourcing company.
The what company?
The outsourcing company.
Yeah, outsourcing company.
So I worked for the outsourcing company, and the outsourcing company have the partnership with the Traveloka, and then I handle Traveloka Eats at that time. So
Traveloka what?
Traveloka Eats. So Traveloka have a lot of facility.
Eat? Did you say eat?
Eat, yeah.
Like eat food?
Like eat food. So Traveloka have the Traveloka hotels, Traveloka flights, and then Traveloka Eats.
That's funny.
Traveloka. There's a lot of stuff inside the application.
Right.
And then one of the application is the Traveloka Eats, which is giving you a discount if you go to the restaurant and you using our app, and then you will get the discount that we already prepared with the the restaurant. So there's a lot of benefits in the app. if you try. You can just take a look of that. So
No, I won't drink again.
because once you there and you will be addicted with the discount or everything.
Yeah.
So that's how it
Anyway,
works.
we come here because we know Putu. If we don't go many places,
So why
why?
you don't want
Money, man. And I work.
You don't like travel.
I work all the time. And this, let me tell you, what we paid to be here 2 nights and 3 days, that meal we had for dinner would cost more than that
Oh really?
in America, or maybe same. Yeah. that
For
was
one dinner.
Yeah, because that was really good. You don't get that in a normal restaurant. I mean, that was really good. What we had was fish with Balinese spices and the sort of potato fritters. What do you call those?
It's a kumara fritter. It's a kumara fritter. It's mixed with potato and a sweet potato.
Yeah, oh man, they're
We call
good.
it ubi here.
They're
so
good.
we have a lot
They're
of that.
good. And
Sweet
then the
taste.
fantastic salad with walnuts.
Walnuts.
And the only thing I would walnuts and mango and lettuce. The only thing I would change is I would roast the walnuts.
Oh, you will roast the walnut.
Oh, definitely. Walnuts. Walnuts are a little bitter. They have tannin, like tea. If you steep tea too long, I don't know. Maybe that's tannin. I think so. But if you roast them, and so that they're crunchy, like renyah,
Renyah.
yeah, then that brings the flavor out.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I really suggest.
I will send your suggestion to the kitchen, so it might be help
Yeah.
us to improve our food.
Yeah. Well, we ate them, but I think it's better not to eat raw walnuts.
I don't know about that before.
Yeah,
Because,
and we eat a lot of nuts. We eat, and I brought our that's almond cashew milk. We make that at home.
you make that at home?
Oh yeah.
So you fragment them, like you put it in the jar, right? And then
We just soak them overnight. Soak it 12 hours.
Oh.
Then, if you soak it 12 hours, one nice thing to do is put it in a bowl and pour boiling water over it and let it sit there 5 minutes. And then pour that off and then blend it. Now, I taught our Pembantu how to do this. So all I have to do is soak it. She comes in and makes it, right?
Oh,
But she
yeah.
likes to boil it for a while because she can get more out of it that way and reduce the amount of pulp,
the
like
ampas.
daging, the meat from it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pulp, and then she adds. She soaks like for say if it's 1 cup of nuts that are soaking, then you use 4 cups of water, and then she adds maybe 4 dates.
4 dates.
Date.
Yeah, dates like kurma.
Right. And soak it in water and then blend it with it. And it makes it a little bit sweet, gives it great flavor. And a lot of people drink almond milk, but
Yep.
the almond cashew milk, that's great. Anyway, let's see, I got off there a little.
That's a new thing that I learned. So because a lot of my friends try to make their own almond milk, but I never heard about the almond cashew milk like you. I will try that at home if you're not. If you don't mind.
You don't have to remove the skin.
You just put it.
Yeah.
You don't have to wash it even.
Yeah, you wash it. Sure, that's always good.
Because when you wash it, sometimes the skin will just automatically.
Well, that's all right.
Oh.
But some recipes, especially the ones from like in India, they remove the skin. But I don't see why. I mean, it makes it maybe a little more halus, a little more refined. But
we don't eat the nuts anyway because we make the almond milk, right? Because if you either you put the skin off or on, you still get the water, right? Because you
yeah. But also we use the pulp.
Oh, use the pulp.
Yeah, you can mix it with flour and like make, we make types of crackers and bread. I don't like sweet things so much.
So how does it taste? The cracker,
But it doesn't have a lot of taste. It just adds to it. But anyway, we can get into that later. Let's go back to the meal was great, cost is great, but we do have a discount now because of the virus. So you're Hindu.
I'm Hindu. The Three Datu
Yeah.
bracelet.
Yeah, he's got a Tri Datu, I've got a Tri Datu. Tell him what Tri Datu means.
Okay, it's kind of hard because I've not learned much about there's people who are expert in the religion. I'm not the one who
just
expert.
tell us
but
what you
it's
know.
only the basic that I
All right,
know.
what do the words mean? Tri Datu.
Three means tiga,
Yeah.
and then the datu I don't know.
Color.
It
It means three colors.
you really? So you tell me.
Yeah.
It's a three color.
Yeah.
The one that I knew because why it's black, red, and white. It's represent the three. So there's a three manifest of the God,
Yeah.
three main God. So
Uh-huh.
it's a Brahma, Vishnu,
Yeah.
and Shiva.
Yeah.
So the three color represent one of each deva.
That's cool. See, that's enough.
So yeah, so
We
that's the
don't
only
need
thing
to-
that I know because
Yeah.
Three Datu means like a. So there's a lot of gods in Hindu. You may know that. There's a lot of
Oh, yeah, I know.
God for water, God for rice field,
Yeah.
God for sea, God for everything. But the main God, so the main God is Ida Sang Yang Widiwasa, and then
Wait a minute. The main god is.
Ida. So it's spelled like Ida Sang Hyang Widi Wasa.
Uh-huh.
So
That's in Bali.
as a Balinese,
That's not Sanskrit. And
it's-
that's not from India.
It's not from India.
That's Balinese Hinduism?
It's a Balinese Hinduism. So as you may know that the Hindu from India and Hindu in Bali are quite different.
Oh, yeah. Because
We're quite different.
I've spent time at ashram in India.
So you might notice that in Bali we more like culture things like there's a lot of culture with different with India
Culture.
culture things that different with the India
Oh, God, they're totally different.
they're totally different.
Yeah.
But the God, the God, the name of God, and then it's quite similar. But the Ida Sang Yang Widiwasa that you might not find in India are our main God in Balinese Hindu.
Yeah.
And then-
you know why I think you have a main god in Balinese Hinduism? It's
no.
because it's a Muslim country. And they won't recognize a religion unless they can find
Yeah.
one god.
It could be like that.
So they
Could be
call
like
Buddha, but they'll say, well, Buddhism's all right because it has Buddha. And Buddha's not God.
that. Yeah, Buddha is not
We're
God.
Buddhists. Katrina and I are Buddhists. But we like Hinduism too.
Because in the Balinese, Balinese knowledge.
Yeah.
I call it Balinese knowledge because I'm not sure it's a Hindus or Balinese, so I call it Balinese Honda because I think why the Hinduism are quite the Hinduism in Bali quite different in India because it changed because the location and then the geographic the cultures because before the Hindu came to the Nusantara, we call it Nusantara, Indonesia. Generally,
Nusantara.
Before,
Well, Nus is like island.
Yeah.
So Nusantara, island, world of islands.
so yeah,
Something.
so Indonesia before we, apa merdeka, before we
Merdeka is independence.
independent, before we become the independent country,
Yeah.
we call ourselves is Nusantara. So it from Nusa. Two words. It come from two words. First word it Nusa.
Yeah.
Second word is Antara. So Nusa
Oh.
means pulau.
Yeah. It's
Island. Antara means between. So it's a between island because Indonesia, as you know, it's a long.
I didn't catch that. I see.
Big
Cool.
island.
Nusa Antara. I can remember
Nusantara.
that.
So there's a Sumatra Island, Kalimantan Island, Sulawesi, Papua, Bali.
So you called it, but when I was a little boy, I mean, I'm 75.
Yeah.
So 65 years ago, I called it Indonesia. It had the name Indonesia.
If you
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
We do have it. It's 65 years ago. It's 1955. We independent at 1940 45.
Good
And
math.
before that, we actually have the Indonesian name, but before the the Dutch come, the France come, Dutch or the Belanda, the Dutch come,
Right.
the Germany, the Japanese come.
Yeah.
So before they try to conquer us, we are stand as a kingdom.
Yeah.
You might know that. So we are stand as a kingdom. There's a kingdom.
What as a kingdom?
As a kingdom. So before Indonesia as a country, and then before we independence, when the Japanese come, long time ago, really long time ago, we stand as a kingdom. Indonesia is a kingdom.
Yeah.
So there's a kingdom in Sumatra Island. There's a kingdom in Bali. There's a kingdom in Kalimantan. There's a lot of kingdom.
Yeah.
So when you are when in that centuries, we call it Nusantara because the kingdom are in the different island mostly. And
Cool.
Nusantara.
I mean, I've heard that name.
I'm not really good at history, but you can check it on the
You're
Google.
good enough, man. That's cool.
I might wrong, but I just told you that what I knew and what I believed before.
So how come your English is so good?
I'm watching a lot of movies.
I hear that a lot,
but it's true.
Yeah.
Because if you live in Indonesia, I believe that you are in Bali in more than 2 years, and you already know the system of our education.
Yeah.
We only get the basic English at our elementary school, and junior, and then if you interested in English, you should learn in your own way. If you born rich, you can get your private class. You can hire a teacher to teach you English. But I was born in the middle class, so I'm not rich, but I'm not so poor. So I prefer to download the movies. And then my father also worked in the hospitality, which is in the hotel.
Yeah.
And he trained me so well to speak English. He made one special day at home. One special day that the whole member of family must speak English.
Is that one day a week?
1 day a week.
Whoa, that's
so
good.
it's a English Friday.
Cool.
So every Friday we should speak English, even if it's a mistake. He will correct that.
Excellent. Well, good for him.
And then, so that's why actually I can be this better. But I still feel that I weigh to I'm not fluent yet, but I still learning my own way
You're
to.
doing good.
Because there's a lot of simple present, past, past, future. There's a lot of things happen there.
Wow. So what was it like? You grew up. You were born in Singaraja.
So I born in Denpasar actually.
Yeah.
And I grew up also in Denpasar, but my father and my mother come from Singaraja.
Oh.
My father come from the village near the Lovina.
Yeah. What's it called?
It's a Desa Selat.
Mm-hmm. I know Sedadit.
Desa Selat. It is Desa Selat, and then my mother come from the east part of Buleleng. It's called Bondalem. If you ever heard that, so Bondalem. So the east part of the Buleleng is Bondalem. Buleleng means Singaraja.
Yeah.
The capital city of Buleleng is Singaraja, but I call it Buleleng because it's the kabupaten.
The regency.
The regency. So east part is Bondalem. West part is not so west, but it's quite middle. It's the Lovina.
Yeah.
Lovina Beach. So my father and my mother meet each other and then go.
Yeah. So you went back there for ceremonies.
I went back, yeah, for ceremonies and maybe weekend. You know, I still have grandfather and grandmother, which is they are. My grandfather is 90 years old now,
Good for him.
and it's still, you know, still healthy, still
Good.
doing well, everything. But my grandmother, 80 something, but she, yeah, quite hard to walking, everything. So sometimes at the weekend, or if there any ceremony, if there's event held in our hometown, I just come back and then, you know, meeting each other. So I know my grandfather will missing us, like grandmother
Yeah,
will missing
yeah.
us. So I just saw them for the month, once a time a month or
Yeah.
twice.
So this is very common. I know many people who live in Denpasar, which is the center, that's the capital of Bali and the center of activity.
Yeah.
And it's all the, not all, but the tourist and expat concentration is in the south, where Denpasar is. So they work there, they get homes there, but they go back to where they came from all over. And usually have a home in the other place.
Yeah, hometown.
Yeah.
So yeah, as a Balinese, you can't just, you know, when you have a hometown, we also have, as you know, the Balinese people have their own temple.
Yeah,
So every house has their own temple, right?
yeah,
And then we call it sangha. It's a representative of our biggest temple. So every house, like, there is one sangha here. Of the corner over there, it is a sangha. So that's a representative of the biggest temple. We have it in every house. In every Balinese house,
So when you have the pura, which is sort of like temple,
yeah, pura.
our shrine, the small ones you call sangha.
Sangha.
Yeah, not to be confused. You know sangha in Sanskrit.
Yeah.
And-
No. So I don't know it. I don't know. I know sangha names from my family.
Yeah.
All of the Balinese people call it sangha.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of Sanskrit in Indonesian and used here, and sangha is usually used in India in Buddhism. Sangha means the community,
Oh,
the community of practicing Buddhists. See, like practicing like ladi, like community, Anggoka, Agama Buddha yang latihan, the community of practicing Sangha. So very interesting. This word stands for the shrine.
the shrine. Yeah, one mini shrine as a representative of the biggest temple, biggest pura.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I didn't know that. So I can use the word Sangha for the shrine in a home.
Yeah,
But
shrine.
I only know the word Pura, and I think it's so funny to use Pura for the biggest temple in Bali and a tiny shrine. What about in a car when there's like a little offering in a car?
So we keep calling that. We can call that as an offering, still as offering.
Yeah, but what do you call it in do you call it banten?
Banten?
Yeah.
That's a banten because when you, even for banten, there are a lot of variation of banten. There's a various banten. Banten for this, you can banten for sangha this banten. There's a
So the banten, let me explain, is the
offerings.
Is the palm leaf made little tray that has flowers and what else? does
So
it have in?
So the banten is more complicated stuff. So the one that you try to describe is canang.
Chanang sari.
Canang sari. So canang made from the palm leaves.
Yeah.
And it's a square
Yeah.
form.
Oh,
and
so
then
you
put-
call that Chanang
it's
sari?
canang sari. So we put the flowers in the various color. It represent the God in the every direction. So
Uh-huh.
if you wondering why we use more than one color, and always there is always red in the north, there's always blue in the south. So it's represented God itself, because when you put the red in the north, it represents Brahma.
Uh-huh.
And then the green in the center, it represents Shiva.
And what about,
The Vishnu in the south.
and what color was that? Green?
Green. I can let me give me 5 minutes. I will bring you a map with the direction, so you can just because
No,
I don't
no.
want you to misunderstanding about the culture, because we always prepare the things that it's easy for people to understand what is going on with Kalaksari.
Okay. So wait a minute. While you're doing that, so yeah, I usually call them Chanang sari, but then what's Banten?
Yeah. So Banten are the upgrade version from Canang Sari, because Banten have the canang inside, and then it have an egg. So we call it Daksina.
You call it what?
Daksina.
Well, wait a minute. You got to come over here to talk.
Wait,
You
wait.
won't get on the.
I need 5 minutes to find my map of canang. It will easier for you to understand.
Well, maybe you could explain that tomorrow,
Okay. I
because I'm very interested. But I think, see, people listening won't be able to see the map.
Oh yeah. So I just wonder if you want to know more.
Yeah,
But,
but we could do that tomorrow. Now you pronounce it Bantan.
Banten.
Bantan.
Banten.
Yeah. Okay. And it's an offering.
Yeah, it's an offering.
What's it made out of?
So bantan are made of. It depends on what kind of bantan that we talk about. Because in the general, bantan could be many things.
Oh.
If you ever see the woman bringing a big stuff with
Oh yeah,
Fruit.
with offering like a big basket stacked on her head with different
fruit,
and
cake,
flowers.
sometimes they
cake.
have fried. Sometimes they have chicken. Like fried chicken on. It's
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Right.
You can call it bantan.
Oh, that's Bantan.
That bantan. So the bantan could be offering, can be the bantan is offering, but if you ask the differences about the with the canang sari, it will be the canang sari is the base, the core of the offerings. So
Uh-huh.
bantan have the canang inside the bantan, but there is a lot of stuff more than canang inside the bantan. You can daksina. It's quite hard to explain daksina because it's a lot of tiny stuff that
Daksina.
Daksina.
Yeah, maybe we get into that tomorrow too. That's very interesting.
Just play in the market. Go to the market. Ask people. Just randomly ask people, do you sell daksina? They will just.
What is Daksina?
So it's our our sarana. It's like offerings, also offering, but so that's the complicated things that I have to.
Okay, I'll
because
look into
it's,
that. I'll look into that.
it-
We don't. I never buy Chanang sari. Our Pembantu offers Chanang sari. Our landlord comes by. We have a sangha.
a sangha.
Sangha, pretty big in front. Well, not big. Some people have very big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, it's got a separate structure that's like 2 meters tall, or maybe 2.5 meters tall, and a place for offering. One thing I notice about Hinduism in Bali is that the representations of Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, they're not usually statues. You go to a Balinese temple and there's you know, there might be some statues, but not like in India, not like Indian Hinduism. Their statues are very prominent, and they'll have a lot of, depending on the type of temple, a lot of Krishna and Lakshmi and others. And we experience that in Singapore. When we go to Singapore, we stay near a Hindu temple that's Indians there, and it's so much fun. Balinese are so santai, you know, they're so peaceful and easygoing and very, very smooth here. Man, we go to that temple there, just go sit and listen to the clanging of instruments and 2-3 ceremonies going over at once and all these colorful people, and it's like a lot louder. It's a lot more like a circus than here. Here it's very calm. And, you know.
I think it happened because the cultural things, you know, the differences about the cultural things. Even the statue, we do have the statue of Brahma, we do have statue of Vishnu and Shiva, but it will be styled differently. So it, you know, even the art is different.
Yeah, and there are statues here, but they're just not. They're not everywhere and central. And well, you got the giant ones out there. What's that called? Oh, I know.
On the North Bali,
it's called. Let's see now. Garuda.
Vishnu, Kencana.
Yeah. Or like.
Geweka.
Those
GWK.
are the giant statues of Garuda, the bird of, I don't know, bird of paradise. I don't know what it.
Okay, so the Geweka, the philosophy behind the Geweka. So Garuda, so we believe, I've told you that we have 3 main God that manifest our main God.
Right.
Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So Brahma are the creator.
Yeah.
Vishnu is the protector.
Right.
Shiva is you can say the destroyer.
Right.
The
I
reborn.
Love that. I love that.
God. And then,
I love that. It's such a sane way mythology to look at existence, to include the destroyer and not make the destroyer something bad that you're trying to. You're not always there.
The Shiva is not actually destroy the world. It's like the reborn the world. Like
Shiva is more complicated than destroyer. That's true.
But
it recognizes that everything's changing. That it's born, it continues, and it's destroyed. And I think the world now is controlled by Shiva.
Could be like that.
Yeah.
It depends on your belief. So
I mean, you look at climate change.
Yeah.
And you look at the politics, the extremism in religions.
Yeah. So if in Bali we believe this is the Kali Yuga. So in the
Kali Yuga is the age of destruction.
Yeah. There's for ages, right? So when the goodness are 100%, the second ages is the goodness are 75%, and then the bad, the evilness will be 25%. There will be this third age, the goodness 50-50 with the evil, and then we are in the Kali Yuga, in the fourth ages.
And what's the percentage?
So 75% evil, 25% goodness. And after we pass this Kali Yuga, the evil will be 100%. That's the time we will just destroy, the reborn. We recreate the world.
America's pretty close to that.
You can say that because,
I don't know. I don't know, really.
I can't say nothing about that.
Well, we can move on. With the nuclear weapons we have in this world, so many controlled.
Yeah.
We're just lucky.
Yeah.
That we haven't had a big nuclear war by accident, and climate change is it's coming like a big tidal wave.
However, we will face the end.
Yes.
Yeah. However, we will face the end. You just have to admit that, and then, doing your best while you living in this world.
And recognize that we're in the Kali Yuga.
Kali Yuga.
That Shiva's in charge. But it doesn't mean personally Shiva is in charge.
No.
We can still be Vishnu. Even in the Kali Yuga. We can be Brahma. We can be...
So actually, when you're still living in this world, who is in charge is still Vishnu. Because Shiva will only, recreate. When you pass away, you go to the afterworlds. We can say that afterworlds, and then Shiva will take in charge. Shiva will, decide you to reborn, or decide you based on your karma, karma pala, or you will be born as a from which family. It's more likely from your karma. So we'll be back again from the Garuda Wisnu Kencana. So why they decided to make Garuda Wisnu Kencana? That I think because the Wisnu are the symbol for the protector. It's a plan from a long time ago, not long ago, like years ago. So they want to build an icon from Bali the biggest statue. I think it's bigger than Liberty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's more than Liberty because you can see it really far away from really far point.
I look at that, and you look at it, it looks like some giant building or something from far away, and then I realize it's
a statue.
GWK. It's GWK, and it's built privately.
Built privately, and then why you ask about the bird? So the Garuda.
Yeah.
We believe that the god have their own, what you call it, like the assistant or the ride. So the god have their own ride, like
ride,
like
something like
the Vishnu,
like Supir.
Not the Supir, the car.
Yeah,
the god have their own car.
Supir's a driver. So they have their own ride. That's good. Yeah.
So the Vishnu have Garuda as his ride.
Oh.
So Garuda means the man, the birds with the physically man body, but with wings, but with the head of birds.
Yeah.
Head of hawk, I think hawk.
Yeah.
So that's Garuda. In the mythology, there is a creator like Garuda in the the Hindu mythology in Bali. There is a Garuda in the story about Vishnu.
Oh, yeah?
And a long time in the mythology said that Garuda once against Vishnu, and then Vishnu won against
so
the Garuda.
Garuda and Vishnu fought.
Yeah,
they had a fight.
Had a fight.
Yeah,
and then the Garuda. I don't know if the Garuda lose or they get the conclusion about the fight. So after that, the Garuda are submitted to become the right of Vishnu.
Yeah.
So Brahma I forget about what right of Brahma. Vishnu Garuda, but Shiva is Lembu. Lembu means cow.
Means what?
Cow.
Cow. Oh,
Shiva have cow. So that's why in the India, cow is
sacred.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah.
Because it's a right for Shiva.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing here in Bali about the cow.
We still eat cow sometimes.
Yeah. Wow, that's very interesting. That's well said. So what do you got planned in the future?
Oh, I do have a plan in the future because during this challenging time, most of Balinese affected by this difficult situations, which is we usually survive because the tourism. 80% Balinese people are working in the hospitality and tourism industry, which will be most affected in this difficult situation. And then most Balinese now are struggling to get survive because a lot of people are lost their job now in Bali.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then
I think might be 80% of the income.
Yeah.
Of the money comes from tourism, but not 80% of the people. Do you understand?
Yeah, it could be like that because I read the data before.
Really? And it says 80% of the people? I mean,
But
there's all these poor people like over in East Bali and...
Because even if you, it's for me. If you go to the various region in Bali, you go to Karangasem,
Yeah.
you go to Klungkung, you go to Singaraja, you go to Bali, you go to Kintamani, you go to
Yeah.
Tabanan. They mostly have their own tourism industry.
yeah.
All of that region are, you can say like 50%, minimum 50%, they have income from tourism industry. But the biggest area will be at Jimbaran, Nusa Dua, then and South Bali.
Incidentally, one thing we haven't said is that floating leaf eco
Luxury.
luxury
Retreat.
which we
You can
just
say
call
floating
floating leaf.
leaf.
We
You
just call it floating leaf. Is that it's remote.
Yeah, in the remote.
It's not. It's surrounded by rice fields. It's very beautiful. You're by car maybe 5 minutes from the ocean.
Yeah, at 3 minutes actually.
3
Not
minutes?
3 minutes. You just
So you can walk down there in
Yeah, you can-
30 minutes,
you can walk there for 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. I've been walking.
You
there.
walk in
I walk
15
there.
minutes. I'd probably walk in.
Yeah, it depends on
20.
the. Yeah. If you
Katrina's
say-
a fast walker.
Yeah, if you say so.
She's
yeah.
I have. It's hard for me to keep up with her.
Uh.
Even when I was playing tennis, it was hard for me to walk as fast as her. She walks a lot, and so this is a very lovely place, and it's isolated. Is there anything else like this near here?
I could say no, because in this area, even in Sukawati, we are the only
Yeah.
retreat facilities in the town. This is
Is Sukawati Kabupaten a regency?
no, it's Sukawati is a village.
Oh, it's
Desa-
just a village.
Desa Sukawati.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course.
It's a village,
But it's a pretty big area.
pretty big. Some village have like wide area.
Yeah.
It's not when you say village, more a lot of people thinks that will be a small remote area, but not. But some
Yeah.
villages have
like
wide-
Ubud is a very big area.
But actually, you can say like a village, but because it's the central, the tourism there are quietly improving,
Yeah.
and then that's why it's a more modern.
Yeah.
More modern.
Oh my
So
God. Oh,
it's
it's
a
so
before
busy.
it's traffic, busy.
Oh, God.
A lot of tourists.
It-
Yeah.
You get to Ubud, you get to where you're going to stay, and you walk after that.
You walk. You don't take car. You
Yeah.
don't. I recommend you to not ride bicycle if you're not used to that because
Oh,
it's
no.
really really dangerous.
Oh, no, yeah.
Don't follow Indonesian people who don't wear helmet. Just don't.
Yeah.
Because some people are not well educated about the safetyness. The
Yeah.
safety about the helmet, how to drive bicycle. No, the bike with the proper way. There's a sign for you have to respect the other user of the road, right?
Hey, listen, to me, it's much safer
To walk.
here than America.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I think Balinese drivers are extremely polite and respectful
How-
and cooperative.
Why can you say it like that? Because what happened in America?
Well, it depends.
I've never been
people,
there.
All right. Say you're driving down this street here, and there's a lot of traffic, and so many 2-lane roads, mainly just 2 lanes. Some of them just one, with cars having to back. But all right, and there's just a line of cars coming toward you, and you want to turn right in front of them. You can turn right when there's a little, and the person will slow down and let you go through. Not so easy to do in America, No, I think it's safe, much safer here. Also, everything's slower here.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, Oh God, you've got narrow streets. We've got much bigger streets. People drive a lot fast. Some of your motor scooters go pretty fast.
We've got a lot of people coming from America before.
Yeah.
Because our mostly gases are come from America, and a lot of people told me that the Balinese people are crazy when they ride the bicycle, the motorcycle. Sometimes we don't use any helmet. Sometimes we just drive blindly. Like they said so. That's why I explained to them.
People go to foreign countries and they almost always say the drivers are crazy there. But really, in general, I would say Bali is a safe place to ride a bicycle.
Sure. I agree with
Japan's very good. Asia's everywhere in Asia you can ride a bicycle.
Based on the movie that I've watched before, there's a lot of argument. A lot of people are
in America.
In America,
I've seen
in the
you
middle
have
of
road
the road,
rage. You
they
have
will
arguments.
just yelling at each other.
Yeah, you have
It's not happening in Bali.
No, never.
It's not happening in Bali.
I've never seen road rage. I've never seen argument. Here, Balinese people are very polite. Well, okay. So we were talking about your idea for the future, and
so the closest one is I want to have my own business.
Yeah.
It's still a small one. I do have one stand. One stand warung.
Yeah, one stand.
I do.
Warung.
I have one warung.
Where?
In Renon.
Oh, in Renon?
In Pasar Renon, Pasar Puja Sera Renon.
Yeah, that's very near Sanur, where I live.
Tukat Badung, if you ever heard that. Tukat Badung.
Tukat Badung.
Tukat Badung. So it's.
I don't drive, so I just tell Nyoman, my driver, Tukat Badung. And
could be. He will know because it's a famous area in the Renon.
Well, give me a call, Nyoman. Sometimes. See, I'm at home working a lot. Then, once a week, I like to get out and just talk with him. And, we only talk Indonesian. He doesn't speak any English. As a matter of fact, you and I have only been speaking Indonesian because you're very nice and helpful to me.
Yep.
Your English is excellent. Someday, when I'm going out, if you're there, if I know you're there, we go drop by. What do you have in your store?
So I selling a food like a tahu goreng, like a satay taichan with spicy food.
Tahu goreng is fried tofu.
Fried tofu, and then the taichan satay is like a
what?
Taichan satay taichan, like a satay. It's a chicken satay with the special spicy sambals. So I sell that, and then. We also have like a chicken popcorn.
Chicken popcorn.
Chicken popcorn, it's like a popcorn but made from chicken, so it's not from corn.
I never heard of this.
It's a variety of Indonesian style.
Yeah.
But if you drink beers and if you really like seafood, the left and the right side of my stand, is selling beer. So if you really want to hang out with, have a chill Sunday with the one light beer, you can just go there. I also can serve you a tapas. You call it tapas.
Right? Tapas, I think of as a way of eating coming from Spain.
Yeah,
where you have all these little different types of food.
So what I knew about tapas is the food that come with the alcohol. So when you have the alcohol, the food that you eat within the alcohol during the alcohol time is called tapas.
I have to have it with tea.
So
or water.
So that's why as long as I knew, I might be wrong, but tapas bar always sell the cocktail, but at the snack at the same time.
Yeah, but Katrinka and I don't drink alcohol. But we'll go to a tapas place.
We do have a tea
and get iced tea.
My next stand also sell tea, my brother actually sell a coffee. So it's like a Balinese coffee,
Yeah.
banana coffee,
Uh-huh.
and then the red velvet coffee.
Did you
My brother
sells banana
coffee,
banana?
banana coffee.
Wow.
So coffee with
Kopi
the
pisang.
coffee pisang, banana with banana coffee with banana flour. It's true. So
I don't drink coffee, but Katrinka does.
yeah, in the middle, I'm the middle of the stand. The right side of me sell alcohol, drink. The left side sell coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So and then there's a lot of like a food court. There are a lot of people selling various.
So most of your business is with local people.
Most of local people.
So you're still open.
Still open. I have one staff.
Yeah.
in
You
charge
know,
now.
I was talking to somebody yesterday who's been here. He's German. He's been here since 1982.
1982.
Yeah.
It's before I born.
Yeah.
It's really
all right. So he said
How old is he?
he's 64.
64.
Yeah.
So it's older. So,
So-
he's been here.
74.
So he's been here.
He came here when he was 18.
Yeah, since he was a kid. No, not 18. He was a kid here.
No.
I was born in 65.
Eight,
He come 68, 84. It's likely he's same age with my father.
No. Yeah, he was born. Well, anyway.
So-
Anyway, he says they say that tourism is 80% of the economy here. He said. So maybe that's what they're used to now, but they're not poor. He said they don't need it. They've got a very strong culture. They just start trading with each other. They can survive very well here without tourism. And that's important. It seems to me from my, connection with news and talking to people, America is suffering much more from lockdown, closing things, and the virus than Bali. Everybody, there's a lot. I know people who don't. I know drivers and people who don't have work, but they're all doing something. One of them is working in his brother's farm, right?
Farm.
And with different things. And we've been paying extra to some people, to help them.
For me, that's the one most important lesson that we, as Balinese, we have learned during this pandemic, during this difficult time, because we never knew what will coming after this, So we as Balinese always, relax about what we're coming, and because we to enjoy living in this tourism industry, and then we forgot, many people have own lands. They sell their lands for villas. They sell their land for hotels. A lot of people are forget their their culture to doing farm work. Go to the farm, go to the rice field. The old Balinese things do, and that's the most important things that we've learned during this pandemic. You can't survive with only one industry.
That's right.
You can't.
That's right.
Then
And this is we should never be dependent
we should never.
on tourism, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future, especially now. The future is much more uncertain than it was before.
I totally agree with that. And we learned that with a difficult way because we're suffering for many months.
Oh, but Bali is doing very well, I think. There's a lot of programs giving people food, and there's a lot of people helping each other. But America has 8 times more COVID-19 per capita. You understand per capita?
Per capita. So
For the number of people, America is 8 times worse than Bali But Bali has much stricter rules, and people cooperate.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, okay. Well, I think we ought to wrap it up here. Thank you very much, Miga.
Yeah, Miga.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I've open for any, if you're wondering about Bali, I know something, I will just share it with you.
Yeah.
And maybe tomorrow we will meet again. We will talk about Canang Sari and Banten again.
Yeah.
Because I will find the document.
Show me. And in Indonesian.
Thank you.
Much harder.
Indonesian.
Because my Indonesian is nowhere like.
So for this section, I learned my English from you. So tomorrow you will learn your Indonesian from me.
Yeah.
I like we use it. But
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for this podcast. I hope this will be helping much people to know about Bali is safer.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Bali will
It's
safer.
good.
Bali is safe. Maybe there's a lot rumors spreading about the conditions, right? So
A lot of rumors spreading.
like I watch the news, there's a lot of hoax now because there's I read in the Australian news that the Australia closed their flight to other country or only to Bali. I'm not sure,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's until 2022. 21
Oh
or
yeah,
22.
don't believe that. Don't believe that. You
I
can't
hope-
believe any of that.
I hope it's wrong.
No.
So, but
I mean, it might be true, but it'll change.
Yeah.
All this stuff changes, and that's true here. They want to open in December, but they probably will not. Right? I mean, you can get here. It's expensive. Now you can get a social budaya visa, and that's expensive unless you do it yourself online.
Yeah.
It's still more than, like most countries, like America, Australia, I think Australia, have visa on arrival, which is free. And then if you were to extend it, it's $30 or something.
I've never had a visa before. I've never go to the other
island, but that's
other
for people coming in.
Yeah.
But now for people to come here, it's expensive. So almost all the tourism here now is Indonesian, and
Domestic.
Actually, for a long time there was no.
Yeah.
For months and months there was no Indonesian tourism. Other Indonesians could not come here without a good reason, and then they have to go through various checks.
Yeah.
Very strict here. I really appreciate it. So okay, well, very good. Well, we'll see you tomorrow at breakfast. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
So thank you very much, Miga Gede. That was fun talking with you. And I look forward to seeing you again at Floating Leaf. So this has been a Cuke Audio podcast. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from Sleepy Sanur with Doga Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.